Hey, what's up, pluggers? Coming up, could a new dance style be born? Cirque du Soleil may be revolutionizing the user experience, and turns out R-rated dance works can actually boost ticket sales. So much more, so let's not waste any time. The days of having to step out to enjoy a live performance could be numbered. Cirque du Soleil has teamed up with Google Chrome to create a sensory experiment, movi.kanti.revo, exploring a digital yet surreal adventure. Using tones and gestures through their computer's webcam and microphones, users can navigate and experience live Cirque performances. How do you like that? A whimsical journey in the center of your home. Now let's see what Jason has for us today.
The 80s was a time of originality and creativity. Some of the dance styles we've covered today were born of that wondrous decade. Pat Benatar held her own in '83 with her hit song and video, Love is a Battlefield. In the video, choreographed by the stellar Michael Peters, we get the chance to see Pat deliver some unexpected, fierce and funky jazz pop choreography. No graphics, no camera tricks, just pure and raw dancing with emotion.
Clara Bergs is a 10-year-old dancing her way into viewers' hearts. In a recent video, you can see Clara perfectly match the movements of a professional ballet dancer despite her autism and DiGeorge syndrome. Determined to fight through her challenges, the video was created to raise money to continue her intensive multi-treatment intervention program, which enables her to take ballet lessons and study piano, a true inspiration to us all. Nudity proves to be more of a showbuster rather than a showstopper in this year's Seoul International Dance Festival. The festival's commitment to a community event exchanges its past PG ratings for a raw expose of the human condition. Because 4 of the festival's 57 pieces will be performed naked, the state-run review board banned the festival's works for children and teenagers. Ironically, according to event organizers, the work's R ratings have boosted ticket sales. What a shock.
Brooke, would you please tell us your position in the company and what the company is doing here in Los Angeles?
Yeah, well, I've adopted this title of producer, and I've tried for years to figure out what that really means. And the simplest way of describing it is that I have one eye on the art and one eye on the money. Yeah,
brilliant. Okay.
That's it.
That's an important person. And the company is performing a vertical road at UCLA this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long road, in fact, vertical road. Actually, today, it's October the 5th, was exactly 2 years ago when we had the London premiere of the work, which was the official world premiere in 2010. And it's a dark work, but it has hope at the end of it. And then Nitin Sawhney, who's the composer for Vertical Road and someone we've worked with many times over the last 12 years, we invited him in, and we found a dramaturg called Ruth Little and a lighting designer, and we just kind of had several meetings where we just discussed this theme of spirituality and these angels, and eventually kind of creates itself in a sense. You know, we didn't go away and decide we wanted certain movements and then we find the music to it. Everything gets planted in the ground simultaneously.
That's awesome.
And it grows in one kind of tree. And though I know this work extremely well, and we've toured it all around the world now, I mean, we've gone to Palestine, to China, to Australia, to Brazil, to Colombia. I mean, it's been everywhere, Egypt, the lot. And everywhere still feels new because, you know, it's a new audience, it's a new experience. Our company comes from all over the world and everyone brings their own training with them, you know, and that's something that we really like in the work. We like these hybrid bodies. You know, what we were talking about earlier. And Akram does occasionally give them classical katak because you may notice in a lot of our work there's very kind of fluid gestural articulation that comes from Indian dance, which you don't often see in many Western styles. And a use of rhythm, which comes from Indian classical katak and different rhythmic shifts and patterns. But yeah, they train. They're really crazy, these guys. They can do yoga, then they can do capoeira, or they'll do ballet class. Brilliant. And, you know, they're just a real real mix of people.
That's cool.
Or, you know, and sometimes they did Chinese folk dancing once, and they just do everything. Yeah.
Just when you think styles of dance can't get any more twisted, in comes flexing. The documentary Flex's Kings is the introduction to the innovative style of hip-hop, also known as bone breaking. Just think your body being bent like a pretzel. Can I get some cheese with that, please? This combination of insane flexibility, waving, robotic tutting, and gliding just made a live demonstration at the Dumbo Arts Festival in Brooklyn.
Did you know that flexing was derived from the Jamaican style of street dance, bruck-up? Bruck-up is a reggae style of popping, usually performed to dancehall or reggae music.
This week's plugger, Afton Toler, was born to dance. Afton's training in ballet, jazz, lyrical tap, hip-hop, and contemporary makes her a well-rounded contender in the dance world. So much so, she moved from Canada to New York and graduated from the American Musical and Dramatic Academy's Dance Theater program. In addition to being an AMDA graduate, Afton is currently dance captain, playing Alice and Molly in the Days of 98 show in Skagway, Alaska. Dive in and commit to this week's new class, Sweet Disposition. This intermediate contemporary combination by Alex Little combines turn and leap technique with strong pedestrian-like gestures. The demand for precise musicality will provoke you physically and mentally.
In my search for something new and exciting, since honestly people, as of late, nothing is blowing my mind, I stumbled upon Miss Azalea Banks, and thank God I did. This girl is genius. From her EP 1991 comes the standout track Licorice. Now the overall feel of the song takes me back to the early 90s with its house over hip hop beats and cool synthesizer riffs, not to mention the girl's clever lyrics. Check it out. Do I smell some dirty dish? Peel.
Oh no! Looks like some people may be giving Gangnam Style a bad rep. In Bangkok, gang members are using the popular music video to mock each other and rival. Really? During a night of drinking and partying, members of two gangs stepped to each other, mimicking the Gangnam Style moves. The competition intensified and the dance-off did not stop there. Some of the teenagers left the nightclub only to return with weapons. At least 50 bullets were fired in all directions, but luckily no one was hurt. It's a dance, people, not a declaration of war. I'm sure Psy wasn't too happy to hear his dance moves triggered a shootout. Well, that's all for now. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next week. Benjamin Allen saying peace and love.